settle an argument between Boaty and me, we've actually measured each other, because I don't believe he's as tall as he says he is, and he thinks I'm taller than I say I am. I reckon I'm 6 foot.
You're 6'1¼ .
That can't be right. 6'1¼ .
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Actually, 6'1.5" at a push. And I am 6'4.5".
So you shrunk and I've grown.
Yeah.
Right. As we've been deciding the heights of YouTube people, me there, and then Boaty just a bit up there, we thought we'd have a guess on where other people might be. So, famous YouTube people. Can you think of one?
Famous YouTube people. Well, let's go Hubner.
Hubner, right, okay, where do you reckon he is on this?
Mr. Hubner.
Mr. Hubner, yeah.
Mr. Hubner, well, I think he would be there.
What? So, you reckon he's under 5 foot tall?
Is that 5 foot?
That's, yeah, it's under 5 foot. 5 foot would be about there.
Oh, about there then.
What, about 5'1", 5'2"?
He's going to be that much shorter than you.
It's not that much shorter than me.
He looks that much shorter than you on telly. I've never met him. You've got an advantage.
I think he's about there.
Oh, he's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, we could do some numbers down here, really, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Should we write that on?
Well, we know that that's 6 foot.
Yeah.
That's 6'5".
Yeah.
So if that's 5, that's going to be 6 foot less 5 inches. So that's
5'7".
5'7".
Right. So
that's probably about right. I think he's about 5'7".
So Ian, if you are 5'7", let us know that we were correct.
And we will mark you on the drain pipe of dreams.
So let's go for Furious Driving. Matt Richardson, who again I've also met.
Yeah, and
So,
I haven't met anybody, so I've got absolutely no idea. He's quite a wiry chap, and funnily enough, I was thinking about this earlier this morning. As we've discussed previously, I'm not a very tactile person, but if I were to meet Matt Richardson, I think I would be inclined to hug him and hold him in a manly embrace.
That's not fair. You've never done that with me.
No, I know. Well, you don't make me feel that way.
So where do you think he is on the
On the drain pipe of dreams?
The pipe of dreams, yeah.
Where was Hubner?
But we should mark that. Just to make sure that our estimates are right there, we're going to measure Hubner and see where he's actually up to.
So Hubner is...
He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was correct.
You were bang on.
Yeah.
Vote for charity. Well, no.
So yeah, back to
Matt
Matt Richardson. Where do you think he's going to come on this drain pipe of dreams?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. That I'm imagining holding him in my manly embrace, and his head would rest on my shoulder, just here. So I reckon that if that's my head, my shoulder's going to be about there, so he's going to be a head above that. There.
Oh gosh. So you're saying he's but actually that's 6'2", 6'1" actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember, not 6 foot. So that makes him.
But he's in shoes while I'm holding him.
Right. Okay. So you're saying 6 foot then?
No, I think he's 5'11", 5'10 and a half.
Right. Well, you're going there, and I have met him. So I'm going to say there. So slightly lower than you.
So how are we going to mark this on the drain pipe of dreams when we've got two differing opinions?
Well, I chose
Would
the
the
last
real
one.
Matt Richardson please
I chose
mark
the last
himself
one.
on the drain pipe?
So you could have this one if you like. Okay? In fact, we'll put 2. A difference of opinion. That's where Boaty thinks Matt Richards up to, and I think he's there. So he's maybe an inch or 2 shorter than me. So measure it.
Which one am I measuring?
Both.
Which Matt? Okay. Okay. Matt number 1.
My Matt
Yeah, your Matt that I'm not holding
is.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just go take one off. 5'11".
5'11". Yeah.
Right, and so you're saying 6 foot then, in shoes.
No, hang on. No, I'm not, because that's mine there.
Oh.
I've got him as 5'11" and a smidge, and you've got him at 5'10" and 3/4.
Right. So, would the real Matt Richardson of Furious Driving please let us know? Are you 5'10" and a bit or 5'11" and a bit?
And where would your head rest if I were holding you in a manly embrace?
That is a very good way
Which
of measuring.
YouTuber, which male YouTuber would you like to hold in a manly embrace? Which can you most envisage yourself doing it with?
You.
Jesus Christ.
Who are we going to choose next to decide their height on the pipe of height
We
dreams?
are going to choose the man himself, the one, the only, Mr. Joseph Lloyd Webber.
Have you met him?
No.
I have.
Yes, I know, you've met everybody. Because you're the tart who goes to all of these wife swapping things. That's why.
Yeah, I've met Joseph Lloyd Andrew Webber a couple of times. Well, I've actually met him, spoke to him once in Leeds. So I reckon I've got a better idea of how tall he is than you have.
Leeds, eh?
He's not, well, I'll tell you what, being as you haven't met him, where would you put him on the pipe?
Around there.
I reckon he's a bit taller than that.
Right, Joseph Lloyd Webber. Now, big hunk of a lad. A big hunk of a lad. And I think rather attractive. Now, I would put him. Now, this is interesting.
Not yet, isn't it?
These are all a bit skew with. Because I would have him as being taller than
He looks.
Furious Driving. I reckon if I were to hold Joseph Lloyd Webber in a manly, consensual embrace, that we would almost be cheek to cheek. I think his ear would probably nestle underneath my manly jawline.
Right, so go on, where is he?
He is here,
So,
equidistant between the two Matts and you.
right, okay,
That's where I'm going.
okay. Are we going to write that down?
I don't know, are we? You're
We
in charge.
can write it down, but I know it's wrong.
You're in charge of the pen of power.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's going to be up here, but I know he's not. In fact, I would say he was about,
Really?
I would say he was there, which is 5'8", basically.
I would never have thought that. Hang on a minute.
What? I put Mr. Lloyd Vehicle Consulting at there. Now, if I stand there, then you can see he's a bit smaller than me, a bit taller than Mr. Hudner, at around 5'8". Boaty reckons he's much taller, and he reckons he's. What was it he said? That you've heard him tell you how tall he actually is, and he's actually 5'11". So, Mr. Lloyd Webber
No, I didn't
Vehicle
say that.
Consulting,
In his video,
please tell us your correct height. Who else, Boaty?
what about the man, JM on cars?
Oh, James
The
Martin.
one and only Mr. James Martin James.
So, have you ever met him?
No.
I have. Right, so that gives me a better idea of how tall he is. From seeing him on video, where do you think he is on the Pipe of Dreams?
Well, I've given this some thought, and to be perfectly honest and completely frank and candid, I haven't got a.
Yes, you have.
I haven't. I mean, I watched it. Oh, he was sitting down. Well, okay, sitting down.
You could not sat down, stood up next to that pipe.
Well, he's got to be taller than Hubner. He looks taller than Hubner.
Yep.
Now, I wouldn't have thought he was as tall as Joseph Lloyd Webber, but apparently I've got that one wrong. I'm going to put him. Actually, you showed me on the Drain Part of Dreams where he would come, and I've forgotten.
Yeah, that's where the idea came from.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a long time.
It was your idea.
I know, that's what I did.
Come on.
There.
Right, there.
Yeah.
So about 5'8" again.
5'8.5".
5'8.5".
Yeah. Mark it.
Yeah, but I'm going to disagree.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I think he's a bit taller than that.
Right, okay.
I reckon he is there. So he's just under Furious
I do
Driving.
apologise, Martin. No offence.
What for?
Underestimating your heightly manliness.
Let's do 2 marks then.
Dreams.
Boaty reckons that you're there, and I reckon you are here. So that's quite a distance, actually. Let's put B and M and JM. Measure them. His estimation of JM cars, or James Martin, is there, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5'8", and mine is 5'10". So the next bit, of course, is James. Who's right? Him or me, or neither of us? How tall are you?
And now it's time for the next one.
Who's that?
Dan.
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 What, Dan's Bangers?
Yes.
I don't know who he is.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, but he's got fewer subscribers than what you have. What's the point?
He hasn't. I haven't overtaken him yet.
This should be.
I think he's still ahead of me.
This should be to qualify for this particular game, and it is a game. You've got to have at least 1,000 subscribers and be a YouTube partner. So you put it on for your own purposes, but I reckon it's.
Well, then I can't take part because I haven't got 1,000 subsibscribers,
Yeah,
and I'm not a YouTube partner.
Yeah, but you will be, and it's your video as well.
Well, Dan will be as well.
Yeah, but it's nothing to do with us.
Well, no, these people have been nothing to do with me. You've just been making me wrongly guess the height of your friends.
If you want to do Dan of Dan's Bangers,
I
you
do. It's my
can
game,
do
right?
it. But bear in mind, of course, I have no idea what he even looks like. Never mind how tall he is.
Oh, he's lovely. You'd like him.
That doesn't really give me much of an idea of how tall he is, though.
He's Welsh. Does that help?
Yeah.
There you are then.
Right, so he's the same height as you.
So you go first.
Yeah. Well, it's, in the spirit of the game so far, the one that knows the person the least goes first. So I'm going to estimate this man, who I've never seen before, is I might as well just say that big, hadn't I? Which is, well, that's about 5 foot. Okay. I've got my marker there somewhere.
It's here.
Right there.
Yeah.
For Dan of Dan's Bankers.
Right.
Where's yours?
Well, Dan, don't take offence at this, but I know that you are not shorter than 5 foot tall, and all I need to do here is beat mustard. Okay? So I'm not sure how tall you are, but however tall you are, every inch of it is packed with wonderfulness. You know I'm your biggest fan, but I'm just going to go here because all I need to do is to be nearer than mustard, and I know that you're not shorter than 5 foot.
That's Hubnut on his way over, I reckon. Whoa! That's impressive. Yep. 5'1".
5'1", and mine is 5'2.5".
So,
Which is very offensive because it's clearly larger than that.
whatever the case, Dan, we think you're a short ass.
Wait, I don't. I just needed to be closer than him.
So Dan of Dan's Bangers.
I think he's
I'm
my genuine guess. I would have sized him with Hubnut.
Okay, right.
I'd put them in the same size sleeping bag. If they were both in a sleeping bag, right, and they both had their little pinky toes touching the bottom of the bag, and they were all encased with the bag over their head,
Yeah.
I reckon if I laid down my arm like that, their heads would be in the same place.
Okay, that's fairly clear. Boaty, who can we have a guess at their height
What
next?
about the lovely Steph of iDriver Classic?
What about her? Have you ever met her?
No.
So, Boaty, show Boaty, where do you reckon Steph would be on the Pipe of Dreams?
Now this is going to be a little bit tricky because I've never met the Nice Lady. Neither have I watched any of the Nice Lady's videos. So this is going to be a bit of a stab in the dark. But she sounds about my height. So I'm going there.
Yeah, so what, you reckon about 6'5"?
About 6'5", yeah.
Right, okay.
Possibly in heels.
What? Right, so she'd have to have some big heels for that, I reckon.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how tall she is.
Well, I'm going to go for...
Doesn't she have one of those really high hairdos? I've seen pictures of her on Facebook and Twitter, and she looks a fascinating person.
That's a fairly good point, actually. Steph's got sometimes got the kind of big hair. So I reckon without the big hair... What's that?
Well,
I reckon without the big hair, I reckon she's not I reckon about there, actually. I reckon she's taller than Hubnut. I reckon she's the same size.
oh, that's a brave call.
I reckon she's the same size as the other man. Oh yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Why do I
Really?
keep calling that? The Lloyd Vehicle Consulting Andrews. That's what I reckon. I reckon she's 5'7". Is it 5'7" or 5'8"? That's what I'm going for. Okay.
I was thinking about those really little thin, they used to call them boudoir sandwiches that you serve for afternoon tea. And the real trick to slicing the bread thinly for those is to use bread that's not perfectly fresh, but
What are you talking about?
boudoir.
Interesting as well. I mean, because Steph's a lady, so there's a good possibility that when I've seen her, she was wearing some sort of heel.
Right.
So that might have made her a bit tall, but I don't know. So I'm going to stick with what I said.
That's a bit
5'7".
sexist, isn't it? Are you assuming that all ladies have to wear heels?
No, I'm assuming that because she's a lady,
A lady
it
doesn't
wouldn't
have
be
a
it wouldn't be
duty.
wrong of her to wear them. And now you're saying, are you saying it's wrong of a man to wear heels?
I'm
No.
saying that it's wrong of you to have the automatic expectation of a woman to be wearing heels. Because they're not the most comfortable thing to wear.
Right,
And
what's your guess?
The nice lady, well, my guess would be that she was wearing some comfortable shoes for walking around the car show, because she's probably going to be on her feet.
All right.
So I reckon nice, sensible, comfortable shoes, slightly retro. Yeah,
What?
well, that's my guess.
So how tall?
Oh, I don't know that.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, I thought we'd gone on to shoes. I've done the height thing. I said she was here.
Yeah. Right.
When we've finished with this, can we go through them all again and guess what sort of shoes they wear? I'm enjoying this shoe chat. And combine it with talk about sandwiches.
Right, we're going to round this up a little bit, and with the last one, and we reckon the chap from Chop's Garage is who we're going to guess next.
No, can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
You did that wrong.
What?
The correct way to have done that would have been, oh my God, you will not guess who we thought of for this last part of this episode. Click, watch, subscribe, clutch your tinkle.
Right, so him.
Him,
Yeah, do you know what he looks like?
not a clue.
Me neither.
Right?
So
Have you
look
watched
at
any of his videos ever?
No?
No, right, me neither.
Should we actually put him on there?
Totally.
I tell you what, let's say, whatever your name is at Chop's Garage, tell us what your height is, and we'll tell you whether we would have guessed it right or not. Because we're not.
Hang on, how's that going to work?
Well,
If we don't actually do the guessing and he tells us
Right,
how tall
okay,
he is,
okay,
we're
okay.
just going to...
right, so he is
Let me guess what your name is. What's your name, by the way?
Alfred.
I would guess that your name is Alfred.
Okay, right. I'm saying that Mr. Chop's Garage is going to be an average man, probably with more than average expectations. So he's going to be about that height. Not a tall man, but an average sized man. About 5'8", 5'7".
Well, I don't think the average man is 5'7" or 5'8" anymore.
What do you
I
reckon?
mean, we don't live in the 1920s. I reckon that Mr. Suey is probably going to be same height as you.
Right, okay. So anywhere between 6 foot and 6'1",
Yeah,
depending on whether he's got
That's-
shoes on.
yeah, and whether he's standing up
Yeah.
or sitting down if he's really, really tall.
Okay. He'd have to be very tall to be that height.
He would have to be very tall. But
Unless
who
he
are
sat on a high chair.
Who are we to say that he's not? Or a breakfast bar.
That's true, yeah.
Have you ever sat in a breakfast bar?
Yeah.
No, well, there you are. You see.
Right, so that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching.
Aren't we doing the shoes and sandwiches bit?
No.
Oh, I wanted to do that. Well, we'll do that in my video.
Yeah, you're doing yours.